Before we get started, I'd like to briefly explain my Chakra 7 energy point spread so you have a more fulfilling reading. The 3 cards on the left are the unconscious inner self. The card in the center is the heart. And the 3 cards on the right are the conscious foreself. The card on the bottom left is the base of your spine. It's a combination of many things from past lives to tragic to cherished childhood memories. Up to today, we're always culling things and bringing new things, and we're always evolving. And that's why I'm calling it sourcing and urgings instead of foundation, as you would find in the Celtic cross. The second card up is the pelvic or sacrum, and I'm considering this awakening or arousing. This is where your spiritual awakening is, and growth of all kinds, and also includes your sexual prowess. This can be cosmic life breath. The cosmos has natural laws that live in harmony, but we don't always live in harmony with them. Top left is the solar plexus, or what I consider sensing and feelings. This is where you get those gut feelings about something when they're right or wrong. This is also a universal life force contrary to a cosmic life breath, because this is where conflict and chaos ensues in our life. The center is the heart of the matter or the situation. We're always asking questions. Why did this happen? What's going to happen next? What's going on? I don't understand. You could bounce this heart of the matter off between your unconscious and conscious self and maybe have more understanding what's going on. The card on the bottom right is your throat, and what I'm considering is teachings and communicating. It has to do with what you've learned in your life and how you're accepting society and how you're going into it. Are you living a very conservative, orthodox life, or are you living more of a new wave, do what you want kind of life? Second card up is considered the third eye, and it's seeing and envisioning. It's more of bringing things out of a linear to a three-dimensional perspective. The third eye is our pineal gland in the center of our brain, and it's activated by light, so this can also be considered enlightenment. The card on the top right is the crown, or knowing and understanding. You can have a lot of knowledge, but if you cannot apply it wisely, it's not wisdom. Then I'll be putting a card on the left to represent the past, and a card on the right to represent the future. I'll be taking a look at the card at the bottom of the deck for an overall feeling of the energy of the spread, or perhaps the outcome. I'll be using the Conley Tarot deck for all the main cards. And underneath each card, each main card, is a miniature Rider-Waite for clarification. After that, I'll be pulling a messages from the angels, a Doreen Virtue card. And now, on with the readings. Hi there, Taurus. This is your March 2017 Winds of Jupiter Tarot reading. The base of your spine, for sourcing and urgings, you receive the Moon card. Secrets or deception. Something's going on in the backdrop of the Wizard of Oz curtain that you don't know about. The reflective light of the moon makes things distorted, and sometimes when you're walking the path, everything looks so different from at night than during the day. You have to start delineating what is going on. You understand that you have to find out what these secrets are for you to go forward in your life. The clarification card is the Star. You are actually waking up. You're seeing the star. Dante had to see the star in order to get out of the circles of hell. And here as well, too, is that the star can mean that you have guides, or some guides are coming into your life now, but you have to talk to guides. You have to let them know what's going on, what you need, and that you do need their help. Up here in the pelvic or sacrum, what I call awakening and arousing, you receive the Lover's card. This can be about a sexual relationship, an affair, a marriage, a love affair. It can be a union, it can be a companionship, it can be a friendship, all different types of partnerships. But here it's saying that you're feeling pretty good about where you're at spiritually and sexually. You've found somebody maybe that you can depend on and trust that you hadn't had in the past. And the clarification card is the moon. Here it is. You got two moon cards, so there is some lying or deception going on. Maybe you're giving too much trust to a certain person that doesn't deem having such trust. Here in your solar plexus, in what I call feeling and sensing, the Major card, Four of Pentacles. It's not that you're not being charitable. Maybe you've been too charitable to certain people that don't deserve it, but it's about hanging on to something that probably isn't serving you anymore, and it's not advancing your life. And perhaps it has something to do with the Lover's card and what type of secrets that are surrounding the Lover's card from having the Moon card twice. Let's look at the clarification card, and it's the Three of Wands. This is a movement card. You're moving forward. You've made some decisions, and it's down in the subconscious, just wanting to come up to the surface of your consciousness, but it's not there yet. But you know you want to move on. You know you want to change. You've been hanging on to some old ideas or some old things for way too long. Here in the heart of the matter is you receive the Emperor. He wants you to act like an emperor. Take control of your life. The emperor runs his empire through laws and rules and words. And he's the paternal father, and perhaps somebody will be coming into your life that will be representing the emperor and help you organize and straighten things out, because he is the master of organization. Clarification card, the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new beginning with wealth, but here it appears for you to be wealthy is for you to determine what type of secrets have been hidden in the backdrop. Here in your throat, what I consider communicating and teaching, you receive the High Priestess. If you've noticed, you've received quite a few Major Arcana cards. You have the Star, two Moons, the Lovers, the Emperor, and now you have the High Priestess. For this being in the communication part of your chakra, what it's saying to you is that you have to listen to her subtle messages, because she's there to give you a spiritual awakening. She's there to give you some type of messages, but if you're racing around and not paying attention, you can miss her messages quite easily. And I think your guardians are saying, yes, listen to what has to be said to you, because she's going to give you the direction. She's teaching you. The clarification card is the Sun. You're not reveling over success more than if you listen to the High Priestess, you will have or be able to revel over some new found information that's going to make a big difference. Here in the scene and envisioning the third eye, receive the Nine of Swords. It's a sorrow card, something has bothered you enough that it's kept you awake at night. And you're trying to figure something out or resolve something, and it might have something to do with the Four of Pentacles where you're hanging on to something, and here in some kind of love situation, there's secrets with the moon. But it's been bothering you, and you don't want that to bother you anymore. And here you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is an odd card to have with that, but it means you're a skilled person. You understand what's going on, but more in your personal life, you've had disappointments. And here in the Crown, you got the Ace of Cups. If you notice, you have two aces in this as well. And it's a new beginning, saying a new beginning for love. And perhaps that has to do with these secrets the Moon's card's holding. And here you receive the Seven of Pentacles. I call this the almost harvest card. You're not there yet, but you have to be careful of what you're doing. But there is going to be a bounty coming in if you listen to the High Priestess and find out what type of secrets have been hidden in the backdrop. Let's see what your past card says. Your past card is the Two of Wands. In the past, you've had a lot of decisions to make, and you haven't made them. You've been kind of sitting on your laurels. Well, let's do the wait and see kind of thing, because there really isn't any wands or a lot of wands in this that says, there's a lot of energy and movement going on. You've been just kind of sitting back and on the couch and going, yeah, I'll make some decisions. I guess I will. But the future card is the Six of Swords, and that's just a movement card. You're going from troubled waters to more calmer waters, and this is a decision you had to make with the Two of Wands. Is that you really have to move on, and you can't hang on to things like the Four of Pentacles. You have to take control of your life like the Emperor does, or have somebody that's like the Emperor help you take control of your life. The overall energy of the reading and the possible outcome is the transition card. In the Tonley Tarot deck, it's the transition. In the Rider-Waite, it's the Death card, and it's transformation. It's just change. You're transforming into something new. You've made some decisions. You're not hanging on to things anymore like the Four of Pentacles. You've made these decisions. In the past, you haven't, but now you're making them. And it appears they'll be successful with the Sun card if you're listening to the High Priestess. Now here's the Doreen Virtue Messages of the Angels card. You got Crystal. That's the first time I've received this one. Have faith and hope because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. So maybe you've made a lot of decisions recently, but they haven't come to fruition. You haven't seen any results from it, but you're feeling good about it. You're transforming, and you're knowing you've got abundance around the corner. You've got ace cards, and a lot of this is a commanding reading because you have so many Major Arcana cards, and that means that it's going to, whatever does happen for the good, it's going to be long term. And I think you have a good March coming up in 2017.